get some benefits. So today I'll teach you. Happens. It happens.
Request everyone to mute on.
We can have all this our website itself. Okay. This is a little small.
Right.
Okay, everybody can see this.
Yes,
It is very visible.
yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left actually only 8 shlokas of his instruction in writing. And he asked his 2 disciples, 6 disciples, the Goswamis, to write. They wrote huge. That I will take up their writing some other day. Today I want to, because whole ISKCON is founded on Lord Chaitanya's teaching. And he gives 8 wonderful prayers which we chant every day before even chanting Hare Krishna mantra. You can also chant. That will make your chanting very nice. And there is deep meaning in this 8 prayers. Okay, we will try to understand this. This is called Siksastakam, 8 verses that describe the glories of the holy name of the Lord and mood one must have to chant and to become a devotee. Okay, is it nice? So I'll explain these verses. They are beautiful verses. चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहाधावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयाकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावदजीवनम् आनन्दामुदिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मस्थापनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्. Okay, already we have devotees here. Mataji, you know this already?
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
You know Siksastakam, Mataji?
Chaitanya
Yes, Prabhu.
Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, who knows chant? Let me see who can chant this.
No, I was seeing and chanting, Prabhuji. I don't know. Just I'm reading.
Nobody knows. Actually, we should try to make it kanthastha. At least say 1 a day, 8 only are there. Cheto darpada marjana. Let me explain the meaning. Darpada means a mirror. So when you chant Krishna, what happens? Your darpada becomes clean. Marjana means cleaning. Bhava maha dava agni nirvapana. And the forest fire of material enjoyment, which is like a dava agni. Agni means fire. Mahadavagini means big fire. We are all in huge anxieties. Nirvapanam. So first symptom of chanting Krishna Nama, when you start chanting, your heart will become clean. Darpanam arjanam. You have so many unwanted desires in the heart, will be washed away. And then what will happen? All the anxieties will disappear. Person will become very peaceful. Somebody saying, I'm chanting Hare Krishna. First symptom that will happen, all your friends are going to tell you now, what happened to you? You look so calm, you look so peaceful. You have no anxiety only. Actually, that is the first proof that your Nama, Japa, is able to please Krishna. Therefore, we should do Nama Japa not like we are doing so many things with great concentration. Because if you do with concentration, the first effect will be your mind will be purified and you will have no anxiety. Okay. So there is no limit to how much you can attentively hear the Nama. You can always increase your concentration. But whole secret lies not only chanting, lies in attentively chanting. Those who chant very attentively, the effect will be very fast. Because then Krishna will be very pleased. Okay, is it fine? The first line is understood. Cheto darpada marjanam. And Bahumaha dava agni nirvapanam. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam. Shreya Kairava Chandrika. You'll feel as if in the night, how so much anxiety goes away, like in the night when moonshine is there, so pleasing. Sunshine in the day may be hot, disturbing, but moonshine in the night is very pleasing. Shreya Kairava Chandrika. It looks like a whole life looks like a moonshine. Hmm? Say it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. Vidyavadu Jivanam. It is the life of all the spiritual knowledge. All the spiritual knowledge. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. It is the life of all Jivana of the spiritual knowledge. Ananda Ambudi Vardhanam. The ocean of happiness starts increasing. Because generally, happiness does not increase. Ocean does not increase. You have ocean. Mangalore coast, you have ocean that is not coming inside the city. But this ocean of love of Krishna, Ananda, keeps increasing. Vardhanam. Vardhanam means increasing. Pratipadam Purna Amrit. Every step you feel nectar, complete Purna Amrit Aswadana. Pratipadam means every step. Purna means complete. Amrita means nectar. Aswadanam. So you can drink nectar at every step and your ocean of happiness keeps increasing. Sarva Atma Snapanam. ठीक है फॉर विच सर्वात्म स्नापनम परम विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तन दिस नाम संकीर्तन is so purifying atma snapanam all glories to this nama sankirtana of the Lord because it cleanses the heart because it removes the anxiety from all the anxieties it looks like cooling moonshine it is the life of all the spiritual knowledge it increases my happiness unlimitedly every step I drink nectar all glories to the Nama Sankirtana. Is it a beautiful statement or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so you can understand. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Kala Eta Dishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durday Vidushamiha Janinanuraga. He said, I have no taste for chanting my Lord. Nam Namakari Bhuda Nija Sarva Shakti. He said, my Lord, you have given all your potency to the Nija Sarva Shakti, to the Nama. The Nama is not less than the Lord. It is the Lord's. Can you see the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Nam Namakari Bhuda Nija Sarva Shakti. He has given all the potency to the Nama. Tatra Pita Niyamita Smarane Kala. In chanting the holy names of the Lord, there is no rules. Na kal, na niyama. There is no Tatrar Pita Smarane, in chanting the holy name of the Lord, remembering the Lord, there is no niyama, no kala. Niyama means rules, kala means time. You can chant any time. And you can chant with no rules. You can chant without bathing, with bathing, this direction, that direction, sitting, walking, standing, even sleeping. Anytime you can chant. No niyama. Eta Tishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi. Our Lord, you are so merciful. Durday Vidushami Haj and Inanurag. I am so unfortunate, I have no taste. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction living being. Thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energy. There is not even hard and fast rules for chanting this name. O my Lord, out of your kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate, I have no attraction for them. Trinadapi Sunichaina Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. It's a Trinadapi Sunichena. We should chant the holy name of the Lord in the humble state of mind. Trinada. Tarorapi Sahishnuna. Thinking was lower than the straw in the street. Tarorapi Sah. Amanina Manadena. One should be more tolerant than a tree and devoid of all sense of false prestige and should be ready to offer all respect to Amanina. You can understand Trinadapi Sunichena, more humbler than a grass. Tarorapi Sahishnuna, more tolerant than a tree. Amanina, don't expect any respect to ourselves. Manadena, ready to give respect to everybody. Kirtanya Sadahari, in this way you can chant the holy name sweetly. Okay, understandable? So basically, be humble when chanting, so mind should be peaceful. Otherwise, why this person talk to me like that? What does he think of himself? If you are thinking like that, how will you chant? Correct? See, the first one talks the effect of the chanting Harinama. The second one says about the holy name is so wonderful, they know roost, but I have no taste. Third one says, in what mood we should chant Hare Krishna, in very humble stage of mind. Then you can meditate. Otherwise, how will you concentrate? Then next, Nadhana. Each one is higher than the previous one. Nadhanam najanamna sundarim kavitava jagadisha kam. Here he says, I don't want dhana. I don't want, dhana means money. I don't want jana, followers. I don't want sundarim, beautiful woman following him. I do not want all these things. Jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmani shri. My Lord, birth after birth. I want bhavatad bhakti hai tuki tvai. I want to become your devotee. Nadanamana janamana sundarim kavitava jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmani shware bhavatad bhakti hai tuki tvai. So I don't, my Lord, I don't want money, I don't want followers, I don't want beautiful women, I don't want any one of the Jagadisha Kama, I don't want all these things, my Lord. What do I want? Mama Janmani Janmani Shwarya, birth after birth. I want Bhavatat Bhakti Ahetuki Tvai. I want your devotional service. Ahetuki means causeless devotional service, which is spiritual. Only when it is spiritual, it is materially causeless. Because you feel spiritual happiness in service to the Lord, then there is no material motive for it. Okay, it's beautiful. Causeless devotion service, birth after birth. Ai nanda tanuja kinkaram patitama vishame bhavamudo kripaya tava pada pankaja siddha dhuli sadisham vichintaya. Ai nanda tanuja. Oh my Lord, you are the oh son of Nanda Maharaj, Kinkaram, I am your servant. Patitama Vishame Bhava Ambudu. I have fallen down, my Lord, I have fallen down in this ocean of Bhava Ambudu. In this ocean of birth and death, I have fallen down, my Lord. Patita means I have fallen down. Ambudu means ocean. My Lord, I have fallen down into the ocean of birth and death. Kripaya, please be merciful to me. I can't even get up from this ocean. Please be merciful to me. Tavapada Pankaja, put me as a dust on your lotus feet. Siti Dhuli Sadisham, which in there, Dhuli means dust. So Pada Pankaja means lotus feet, Sita Dhuli. Just keep me as a dust at your lotus feet. Oh son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servant, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from the ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. Beautiful. Keeps going higher and higher. Nayanam Galada Shudharaya. My Lord, when the eyes are decorated, tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name. Nayanam Galat Ashudharaya. Vadanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira. When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on the end at recitation of your name? So these are all different ecstasies which manifest for a pure devotee. Nayanam Galada Shudharaya. When they chant the holy name of the Lord, tears come out. Vadanam Gadgada Rudaya Gira. And then there are different ecstasies in the body. Polukai means, the hairs raising. Nishitam Vapu Kada Tavanam Grehane Bhavishyati. So basically all the different ecstasies which come in happiness, they will manifest. He's saying when that will happen, my Lord. When that will happen. Tavanam Grehane Bhavishyati. Bhavishyati means in the future. When that day will come in the future. When I am chanting your name and tears flow down my eyes, my body goes in ecstasy, hairs ride in ecstasy, when that will come? So that is even higher prayer. Each one is becoming higher and higher. Then this is a very high prayer. Yugahitam nimeshena chakshusha pravishahitam. Each movement looks like a yuga. Chakshusha pravishahitam. Tears are flowing down the eyes. Shunyahitam jagasana. Whole world is vacant. Govinda virehe name. In absence of Govinda, this world becomes vacant. Ashishyava padarat. Okay, this is okay. This is separation. Oh Govinda, feeling a separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. And I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Ashishyava padaratam pinashtamam adarshanam marmahatam karotava yatha tatava vidadatu lampato mataprananata natuseva naparaha. He said, my Lord, you embrace me or you kick me away from your lotus feet. Ashishyava, you embrace me or you kick me away. Padaratam pinashtama. Adarshanam, you go away, you become invisible and break my heart. Yatha tata vidadatu lampato, do whatever you want. Mat prananatha natu seva napara, you will remain my dear prananatha, nobody else. Okay, so it's a very beautiful prayer. Okay, you all like this prayer? Beautiful prayer.
Yes,
So
Guruji.
my request.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So this prayer you should all remember. Okay.
Shri Siksastakam ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Who is that personality? You already know the meaning, value of it.
Yes,
Usha
Prabhu.
Mataji? Who is the person? Kavita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
You are from which place, Mataji?
Bangalore.
Oh, you already chanting Hare Krishna?
Yeah, 16 rounds.
Oh, so 16 rounds. So you should also become one more. I'll have CR. I'll give you some work. Can I? Small
Sure,
works
Prabhu.
you can do.
Always. Yes, Prabhu.
Where you are staying in Bangalore?
Here, Whitefield, Prabhu, ITPL.
So we got one more. Okay. So you all take care, both of you, Kalavati. So you have both of you now. You have a support, two of you. See this. Locate this thing. See this. HareKrishnaTemple.com. ठीक है ना? You can see Shishtastik.
Yeah.
Chalo. So this is done. One thing I taught today is Shishtastikam. And next thing I'll teach you today is okay. This is one part over. Everybody, is a beautiful prayer. Once more, you can hear. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamādavagnirvapanam sheya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandamudivardhanam pratipadam purnamrit swadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam नाम नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवतुषं इहाजनिनानुरागा. You can read Mataji, Kavita Mataji, the translation.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleans the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtana movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Okay. Nam, we can chant the shloka?
Yeah.
Yeah, chant the shloka.
नाम्नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रापिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह जनिनानुरागः. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. These transcendental names you have invited all your transcendental energies. They are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for
Okay,
couldn't
beautiful.
yeah. तृणादपि सुनेचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानीना मानदेन कीर्तनीया तथा हरिः. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कक्तां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतद्भक्तिरहैतुकीर्तये. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service worth of the ऐनन्दतनुजकिङ्करं पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजास्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय. O son of Maharaj, Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. नयनं फलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्मुचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love following constantly when I chant your holy name? Will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the station of your name? युगाहितं निमेषेण चक्षुषविशाहितं शून्याहितं च सर्वं गोविन्द विषहेण मे. O Govinda, hearing your supplication, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more years ago, flowing from my hands like torrents of rain, and I am feeling whole weekend in the world in your absence. आश्लीषवापादरतां विनष्टु माम् अदर्शनां हमर्महत्वं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विद्यातुलं करो त्राणनाथस्य सैतवनापर. I know no one but Krishna has my love, and he shall remain so even if he handle me roughly by his embrace or making hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything. He is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Hari.
Okay.
All
Very
glories to Shri.
beautiful, very beautiful prayers. So you can all locate Siksastakam prayer. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now I wanted to show something today. This is our hero, Bhakta Prahalad. You want to
Yes,
become
sir.
Bhakta? See, we are also Bhakta. He is also Bhakta, but million time difference. He is such a great devotee. So let us learn. See, what was Prahlad Maharaj doing? Very simple thing, chanting Hare Krishna, thinking about Krishna. And what his father was doing? Oh, see where tapasya, see where, oh, was standing like this and burst so much tapasya that fire was coming from his head. And what is the result? The result was, and I have somewhere a result, very funny. The result is this. Hiranyakashipu was killed, that is the result of his tapasya. And Prahlad Maharaj, he got Narsimha, the same Narsimha put his lotus hand on his head. So which result you want? You want this much or this much? If you want this, you do like this crazy tapasya. And what Prahlad Maharaj doing? Discussing Bhagavad Gita and dancing in Kirtana. And what is the result? See, if you chant Hare Krishna mantra, Narsimha, they will keep your hand on your head. But if you do some foolish tapasya, then he will tear you apart. Very interesting, actually. Okay, I'll develop on this when we come to the slide.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Just from office, I thought I'll see something on Bhakti Muksha.
Okay, you are coming first time, Mataji?
No, usually I'll be attending Saturday, Sunday,
Okay,
1:30 class. But today,
Oh.
just I saw it is 5:30, 6:30, no, so I just dropped in from office. So I thought, let me attend that 15 minutes
No,
at least.
no problem, no problem, no problem. This is the
Thank
first
you.
session, Mataji, of the new batch. It is the first session. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, this one 70 will come later. Now we are doing Bhakta Prahalad. Okay. So we all know the story, Prahalad, Hiranyakashipu, let us understand. See what happens once Hiranyakashipu goes to the forest for tapasya. That time Prahalad is not born. And so then what happens that the Devatas come to the palace of Hiranyakashipu and they can defeat. You see Indra here. Indra is one with many eyes. They defeat the soldiers and they win the palace. And then the wife of Hiranyakashipu, Kayadu, who's pregnant, they kidnap her with the intention that they will have a look on the child. If the child, another demon like Hiranyakashipu, which is terrorizing the whole universe, they'll kill him. So Narad Muni lands up there and he says, no, this is your devatas, such kind of behavior is not expected. So Indra says, why do you say so? He says, no. He said, we'll kill the child, we'll not do anything with the mother. We are worried with the child only. He says, no, Narada says, he's such a great devotee, you can't do anything. So Indra said, what? He said, no, he's a very great devotee. Even if you want, you cannot kill him. Really? So all the devatas then give obeisance pranam to Kayadu, to her the child. They do parikrama of Prahalad Maharaj. All of the devatas in a queue. You have seen in temple they do parikrama, like they do parikrama and then they go away. My voice is clear, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Clear.
Times I can just check.
Prabhuji, are you recording, Prabhuji? It's clear.
Yeah, it is recording is going on. I will check the device setting. Yeah, everything is perfect. You're all hearing so silently, I thought maybe nothing is. Okay, this what started. Now this we will do today, tomorrow afternoon. Okay, now today and tomorrow we'll finish this pastime. Then what happens is that the Kayadus request Narada that I can't trust these people. They may again attack my child. So I'll come to your ashram and I'm pregnant, but something I can make some garlands for your ashram for puja. That's all. So Narada says, come, no problem. I'll give you shelter because he had something in his mind. Now Narada started talking to the child. Narada is the authority on bhakti. He has been given by the Lord power to distribute bhakti. He's the greatest authority. So Narad Muni now he's so beautiful. He starts teaching bhakti to Prahalad in the womb. Kayadu is hearing, but her more mind is fixed. When will the husband come? When will the husband come? Oh, they will come again to kill my child. She is the mother. She is worried about the husband and the child. But Prahalad is peacefully drinking now what Narada says. So this is the thing going on. You must have heard in the womb also child can learn, and here this child learns about bhakti from Narada.
Like Abhimanyu, Prabhuji.
Yes, but here even more important thing than Abhimanyu he was learning. And he was enjoying and her father is doing severe tapasya. Like that, crazy fellow. And Prahlad Maharaj is drinking Krishna Katha. So he's more better than the father. Then father, see, like this, Brahma comes to him. His body is eaten by ants. Can you imagine? Termites eat his body. He's standing in one place. Still he doesn't give up. Can you imagine what tapasya is doing crazy? Then Brahma comes and Brahma sees, oh my God, what is this? What kind of this tapasya is this? Then he comes and Brahma says, okay. And he throws water from his kamandalu, so he becomes fresh and young. All his body is brought back, become very powerful. Then Brahma says, you have done so much tapasya, you have been praying for me. Tell me, what do you want? Oh, grant me this. First he says, make me immortal. Brahma said, I am not immortal. How you can be immortal? I can't give you that. He said, okay, give me this. that nobody kills me in the day, nobody kills me in the night. Roundabout way, it takes a lot of, give me all the powers, Brahma, you have in managing this world. Most powerful person I should become. Nobody can even think of fighting with me, blah, 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 blah. And nobody kill me in the inside or outside. No man, no animal, neither on the ground, neither in the air, whatever, nor by any weapon. I should not be killed by any weapon. See, he makes so many conditions thinking that nobody will be able to kill him. He thinks very intelligently, he thinks he's very intelligent, he makes a condition. And Narasimha breaks all his conditions. And this is tapasya. And what is Prahalad Maharaj doing? Hare Krishna. That's what Prahalad Maharaj did later. Now Prahalad Maharaj is not born. But what's the result? This is what happened to Hiranyakashipu and this is what happened to Prahalad. So I always take an example of a teacher and a student. Some students in the class are always so sweet. When the teacher is talking, they'll smile and they sit with pleasure. And then after that, teacher give any assignment, they very enthusiastically do the assignment. They ask good questions to the teacher. So they can feel the presence of the teacher. Teacher also smiles at them, teacher can feel. But there are some students making always a noise in the class. So he cannot see the teacher because he's busy, say he's playing some game in the class in his mobile, doesn't even look at the face of the teacher. And he sees only the order of the teacher, get out! That power of the teacher to throw him out, that's all he sees. He never sees the loving feature of the teacher. The same way, some people offer devotion service, they see the loving feature of the Lord and they feel so happy and sweet. But some people only see the kicking feature of the Lord. They never see the sweet feature. When the Lord comes as death, so here like Hiranyakashipu, they see the Lord as death. Get out! No, I don't know. They see whatever medicine they try, whatever money they give, now they have to die. They see the power of the Lord to throw them out of the classroom, this body. That's all they see. But devotees always see the sweet feature of the Lord, even at the time of death. So you have to decide, you want to become Hiranyakashipu or Prahalad?
Prahalad.
You decide.
Prahalad.
Now there's going to be debate between Hiranyakashipu and Prahalad. Let us see which side you are in. Okay. The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows. Oh, best of the Lord, Father, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you. See what happens when Hiranyakashipu starts terrorizing the universe. After he gets benediction, Hiranyakashipu, he does this and he gets benediction. And then what happens? He starts terrorizing the whole universe. So all the devatas, then they start praying to Vishnu, please save us. The Hiranyakashipu used to catch anybody, catch Indra and give him 2 tight slaps and leave him. Go. Without any reason, he'll beat any devata. Like they were all, my God, who has come? This fellow is so. And he's occupied Indrapuri, he sat in the Indrapuri post, and all the devatas ran for their life. He was harassing, torturing everybody, and all the sages, he was forcing them to every day sing some praise to him. Mahabhogi, what they will sing? Oh, great enjoyer, great sense gratifier, oh, great demon. But daily they have to sing prayer. He used to make all the sages sing prayer to him, including Narada. Everybody sings a prayer for me. Sing. Like that he was doing. The voice of the Lord vibrated. So they all went to the Lord and prayed, please save us from this Hiranyakashipu. So the Lord, they could not see the Lord, but the voice came. Whenever they pray, every time Lord doesn't come, but sometimes Lord will announce the order. The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows. Oh, best of the learned person, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you because you are my devotee by hearing and chanting about, become my devotee by hearing and chanting about me and offer me prayers, for these are certainly meant for award benediction to all living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. I said, I'll stop all this, don't worry. Please wait patiently until then. So that is what the voice of the Lord said. And then continued. When Hiranyakashipu teases the great devotee Prahalad, his own son, who is peaceful and sober, who has no enemy, I shall kill Hiranyakashipu immediately, despite all the benedictions Brahma has given. So this is the order from the Lord that don't worry, Devatas, you tolerate him for some more time. Very soon I am coming. So this is now glorification of Prahalad Maharaj in Bhagavatam. This is Prahalad. From the very beginning of his childhood, Prahalad Maharaj was uninterested in childish playthings. Very unusual. If a child does not play, it's very unusual. He was not interested. Indeed, he gave them all together, remained silent and dull, being fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. He was just like this, totally silent, absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So imagine a child born, because a great Bhagavata is born, great devotee is born, his behavior is like that. And he's been drinking in the womb a nectar of Narada's teaching. Since his mind was always affected by Krishna consciousness, he could not understand how the world goes on being fully absorbed in activities of sense gratification. How people waste their time in sense gratification, he could not understand why they do like that. Prahalad Maharaj is always absorbed in thought of Krishna. This is from Bhagavatam I am reading. And thus being always embraced by the Lord. So Krishna used to constantly, just like a child, you always embrace him. So his mood was like, Krishna was like his father, always embracing him, lovingly taking. He didn't know how his sitting, walking, eating, all the activities are going on. Just like a child. Because of advancement in Krishna consciousness, sometimes cried, sometimes laughed, sometimes expressed jubilation, and sometimes sang loudly. Prahlad. Sometimes upon seeing the Supreme Personality Godhead, Prahalad Maharaj called out in full anxiety, Krishna! I like that. He sometimes lost his shyness, his jubilation, and began dancing in ecstasy. Imagine his all symptoms of ecstasy we're reading in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prayer are present in him. And sometimes being fully absorbed in thought of Krishna, he's felt oneness and imitated the pastime. When you think about somebody too much, you start imitating him. Like small children, they come from school, start imitating the teachers. Sometimes feeling the touch of the Lord's lotus hand, he became spiritually jubilant. And sometimes silent, his hair standing on the end, tears gliding down the half-closed eyes. We were reading about all these ecstasies. Everything was present on his spiritual happiness was present in his body. See, we are so unfortunate, we don't go for all this. We want some material happiness. This is spiritual happiness. Because of his association with perfect unalloyed devotees had nothing to do with anything material, Prahalad Maharaj constantly engaged in the service of the Lord's lotus feet. By seeing his bodily features when he was in perfect ecstasy, persons very poor in spiritual understanding became purified. In other words, Prahalad Maharaj bestowed upon them transcendent bliss. So the Daityas, even by seeing Prahalad or feeling purified, he was so exalted. So exalted. And then what happens? Look at him, this crazy fellow. He come from the the tapasya, and he comes to the palace, and he is after coming to his palace, he is enjoying all the devatas under his control. He is having always best of the liquor. He was a big drunkard. Best of the liquor he will have. Hiranyakashipu. Best of all the enjoyments possible he was having. No need to mention, you can understand. But he was never happy. He was never happy. And Prahalad Maharaj, you can see his face smiling, always happy. So one day what happens? He calls Prahalad to his palace. His child, he has come back, so wife also comes back, and the child is being trained in the Gurukul. So after training in the Gurukul, they present him in front of Hiranyakashipu. Now let us see what happens, the debate. My dear King Yudhishthira, once upon a time, the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu, took his son Prahalad on his lap and very affectionately inquired, my dear son, please let me know what you think is the best of the subjects you have studied from your teachers. Everybody is ready now? Everybody is ready for statement of Prahalad?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And who is Prahalad? The guru of all the gurus, the great Jagat Guru is going to
Yes,
speak.
Prabhuji.
He is not a 2-year-old kid. He is an acharya. Even
Yes,
though he is a
Prabhuji.
small child, he is an acharya. So let us hear now what Prahalad Maharaj says. Please note.
Prabhuji, it says, my dear King Yudhishthira. I mean, who's asking whom?
No, this is going on. Narada is talking to Yudhishthira Maharaj, narrating this pastime.
This is as per Bhagavatam, is it Prabhuji? This narration.
Yes, this whole thing is from Bhagavatam. Okay, now better.
Prabhuji.
So that was in the previous page. Okay, see, my dear King Yudhishthira, Narada is telling Yudhishthira Maharaj the whole Leela. Okay. So now Prahalad Maharaj, he asked Prahalad Maharaj, what you have been into Gurukul, what are the best, what do you think? You have a small child, you call him, what are the best thing you learned in the school today? Just for a fun, what he will tell. CAT cat, oh, very nice child. That's what Hiranyakashipu thought. But he didn't know his son was not a kid, he was an acharya, guru for many Vaishnavas. He is a great acharya, not acharya. Narasimha says to Prahalad, you are best of my devotees. He's not ordinary, he's a very, very big devotee. But he is fearless. As a devotee is fearless, he is always teaching. Shri Prahalad Vacha, Tatasadu Manye Asuravarya Dehinam Sada Samudvigna Dhyama Sadgraha Hitvadapatam Griya Andakupam Manam Gato Yada Harimashrayata. If possible, you can remember this. The 8 stanzas itself is the big project I have given you. But somebody can remember this Prahalad Maharaj instruction. Tadu sadhu manye. He said sadhu. Anybody knows the shloka? Kantastha? Nobody remembers this?
No.
So all the people who are already knows Siksastakam cram this Prahalad Maharaj prayer. Tatu sadhu. Sadhu means it's an executive good. I think it's good because he asks the best thing. Oh, who? Asura Varya. Oh, best of the Rakshasas. He doesn't say father. Asura Varya. Oh, best of the Rakshasas. See, straightway is addressing Father fearlessly. Oh, best of the Rakshasas. Dehina. Dehina means those who are in this body. Sada samudvigna. They are always in anxiety. Dhyam asadgrahat. Why they are in anxiety? Because they are trying to make a permanent settlement in a temporary place. Sada samudvigna. They are always in anxiety. Samudvigna means anxiety. So much anxiety. Dhyam. Asadgrahat, because they want to make a settlement in a Asadgrahat means a temporary place which is Asat. You want to make a permanent settlement, the Griha. Suppose you want to make your house in some temporary place, won't that be an anxiety when they'll break the house? Suppose in government area, unauthorized area, you make house, aren't you worried? Anytime corporation people will come and break the house, correct? Always.
Yes.
So we are trying to make a permanent settlement in this world, which is a temporary place. Therefore, all of us are in heart of heart in anxiety. Just like a child does not come home someday in the evening, don't you get into anxiety? Because this world, you know, is a temporary place full of miseries. You cannot take any chance. Hitva atapatam. We give up the place of spiritual culture. Griha antakupam. Hitva atapatam griha antakupam. We give up the place of purification. Atmapatam. Atmapatam is the place for self-purification. See, we give up the place of self-purification. Hitvatapatam griha andukupam. And we jump out in the place of Andakupa means a well. Kupa manduka nyaya. Andakupa means a blind well. So suppose a well there is no water and you jump inside it. You're going to break your legs nicely. And then after that cry. Nobody can hear a cry. All the houses become like that. Simply every family, there is so many problems. You cannot tell the neighbor I have this problem. Anna? Cry alone. So that's why everybody is suffering today. Alone he is crying. He said he has given up the place of spiritual culture and is crying alone. Atmapatam griha andakupam. So my dear father, so everybody who is in a material body, dehina, is always in anxiety because he's trying to permanently settle in a temporary place. He has given us the place for spiritual culture, Atmapatam, where he can be spiritually purified and jumped into the blind well of material desires. I have one advice, my dear father, to you. Vanam Gata, please go to Vana and take shelter of Hari. Hari Mashreta. Can you imagine? He's telling a demon straightway on the face, Hari Mashreta. So what happened after this? Hiranyakashipu was very happy or angry when he heard this? What do you expect? Oh, wonderful! What my child has done.
Angry.
Very angry.
Before I show you the picture, he throws him from his lap. So what happened? Narad Muni continued. Prahalad Maharaj spoke about the path of self-realization, devotion service, thus being faithful to the camp of the father's enemy. Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, heard Prahalada's word and he laughingly said, "This is the intelligent child spoiled by the words of the enemy." He said, "This is, look at it, a child which is spoiled by the words of the enemy. Look at him. This child has been, his mind is spoiled." So he is feeling some spies came and they spoiled my my dear demons. So he doesn't take very seriously this time. Small boy, maybe some Vaishnavas would have come, Hare Krishna people, they spoiled the head of my child. He doesn't know all the story. The wife sat with Narada and learned. He doesn't know somehow. Hiranyakashipu advises, my dear demons, give complete protection to this boy. Or even if he came to know from wife, he was at Narada's place, he would not imagine that in the womb also he can teach. So whatever it is, he could not figure out who has done this. So he's saying, my dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukula where he is instructed so that his intelligence will not further influence the Vaishnavas who may go there in disguise. Looks like a spies Vaishnavas are coming and spoiling the head of my child. He used to consider Vishnu his enemy. That was Hiranyakashipu, but his brother Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev. Then what happens is that these teachers, they bring Prahalad Maharaj to the Gurukul and they start blasting him left, right, center. क्या भाई ये बकवास कहाँ से सीखा तुमने? Is it true? Now tell me honestly. If a child comes back home today and parents say, what is the best thing you learned? And he says, Tadasadu manne asuravarya dehinam sada samudvignadhiyam sadgraha hitva dapatam griha andakupam manam gatoyat harimashayeta. My dear father, mother, please take shelter of Hari. What the parents will say? ये क्या सीख लिया ये सब इसने? Yeah, then they will call the principal immediately. ये क्या बकवास सिखा रहे हो तुम अपने स्कूल में इसको? है ना? That's what no child. If the child learns, they will object immediately. Call out the principal. ये बकवास कौन सिखा रहा है इसको? हैं? ये सब चीजें दूर करो इससे. इसको पढ़ाई करने का है, इसको डॉक्टर बनने का इंजीनियर क्या? हरिमाशय था क्या स्टोरी शुरू कर दिया? Chalo, let us continue. So Shanda and Amarka bring him back to the Gurukul and they start blasting him. You shameless boy, we never taught you all this nonsense. Why do you speak all this blah 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 blah? Prahalad Maharaj becomes silent. And they, whenever fools speak, better to become silent. They keep eating his head, blah 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 blah. And 6 months they brainwash him nicely. He's the emperor's son, not ordinary. Son of the emperor is a VIP in the Gurukul. And he is very great person, Prahalad Maharaj. He knows when to become silent. It is said when fools are there, we should become silent. Otherwise, they get angry unnecessarily. So he's silent. He's a great acharya. He speaks. When he speaks, he throws a bomb. But otherwise, he's silent. He cannot shake his mind. He has totally captured Krishna's lotus feet in his heart. In fact, one day he speaks to the teachers. They were asking him, harassing him, who taught you this? Who taught you this? Oh, Brahmanas teachers. As iron is attracted by a magnetic stone, moves automatically towards the magnet. Isn't it iron automatically? My consciousness, having been changed by his will, is attracted by Lord Vishnu, carries a disc in his hand. Thus, I have no independence. I have no independence. I am just attracted naturally towards the Lord. So anyway, the chastised and threatened him, taught him, and again they brought him back to Hiranyakashipu. Again, Hiranyakashipu keeps him on the lap. He's actually pays full obeisances to his father, like a respect to his father. Hiranyakashipu takes him on his lap, and when Hiranyakashipu saw the child has fallen at his feet when offering obeisances, oh Mahabhogi, Mahadaitya, he was offering obeisances, prayers, Mahadaitya, Mahabhogi. So he called him. An affectionate father immediately began showering blessing upon the child and embraced with him both arms. Father naturally feels happy to embrace us, and Hiranyakashipu became very happy. Oh, what a child I have. So beautiful, this boy. Always smiling. When Narad Muni continued, my dear King Yudhishthira, Hiranyakashipu seated Prahalad Maharaj on his lap and began smelling his head. With affectionate tears gliding down his eyes, the tears of love were gliding down the eyes of Hiranyakashipu and moistened the child's smiling face. Prahalad Maharaj was smiling. What a fool he is. And he spoke to his son as follows. He must be smiling because his father was always drunk, so bad smell will come. You can think, why is he smiling? You can think. Anyway, spiritually happy. He's a spiritually happy person, always smiles. Actually, unless you smile, you cannot understand God. That is also true. Hiranyakashipu, my dear Prahalad, my dear son, oh, long live one. See, he's blessing him to be long lived. Within 1 second, he'll take his sword out. What is the use of demons talking? They cannot hold to their word. He says something, then changes. My dear Prahalad, the long lived ones, so much time you have heard so many things from your teacher. Now please repeat to me, whatever you think is the best of that knowledge. Tell. What is the best thing you learned? Just like a 5-year-old child, you ask, tell me what you learned. Prahalad Maharaj, see another thing, Vedavyasa, whenever Prahalad Maharaj speaks, doesn't say Prahalad Vach. He says Shri Prahalad Vach. He's giving all respects, a great acharya. Age is not a criteria. Shri Prahalad Vacha, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sehevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyamatma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu, Bhakti Che Nava Lakshana, Kriyeta Bhagavati Yadda Tanumadde Atitam Uttamam. So those who can cram, please cram this also. Remember this. Beautiful prayers. The Navavida Bhakti, we say 9 ways we offer Bhakti, it's here. Shravadam, hear about the Lord. Kirtanam, chant the name of the Lord. Vishnu Smaranam, think about the Lord. Pada Sevanam, offer service to the Lord's lotus feet. Archanam, worship the Lord. So first 3 are Bhagavad Vidhi. Shavadam, Kirtanam, Smaran is part of Bhagavad Vidhi. It has no rules and regulations. But the next there are rules. Archanam, worship. You should be very clean when doing Archana Vidhi. Clean and do Upachara, do Achamanam, then you do Archanam. Vandanam, you offer prayers to the Lord. Dasyam, you serve the lotus feet to the Lord. So Pada Sevana, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. These first 3 are Bhagavad Vidhi. Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandam, Dasyam, these are Pancharatrika Vidhi. And then Sakyam and Atma Nivedanam is Raganuga Bhakti, not part of normal Bhakti, advanced Bhakti. Lord is my friend, I completely surrender to the Lord. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu, Bhaktis Chenava Lakshana. These are the 9 ways you can serve Vishnu. So first time he said, my Lord takes shelter, my father takes shelter of Vishnu, Harima Shreta. He said, Vishnu Bhakti, 9 ways we can do. And this is, I think, the best of all the knowledge, my dear father. Now what do you think Hiranyakashipu will have? Will he be happy or angry?
Angry.
Angry.
So
He'll be
if you are,
angry, Prabhuji.
Chalo, let us see how much angry. After hearing the words of devotion service from the mouth of St. Prahalad, Hiranyakashipu was extremely angry. He spoke as follows to Shanda, the son of Guru Shukracharya. O unqualified, most heinous son of a Brahmana, you have disobeyed my order and taken shelter the party of my enemies. You have taught this poor boy about devotion service. What is the nonsense? ये बकवास क्या सिखाती है मेरे बच्चे को ये नौ भी तो भक्ति है ना. But the joke is that today 90% parents will speak the same thing. They are small Hiranyakashipu, they are big Hiranyakashipu. The son of Shukracharya, Hiranyakashipu, spiritual master, said, this Shanda, O enemy of King Indra, O king, whatever your son Prahalad said was not taught to me by me or anyone else. Is spontaneous devotion with a natural developed name. Therefore, please give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse us. It is not good to criticize Brahmana. He says like that, very feebly. The problem is that he is a paid Brahmana. Paid Brahmana means you can scold. See that? It is not good to insult a Brahmana in this way. Why did he scold? Because he is a paid Brahmana. Paid means they live on salary, which is not very respectable for a Brahmana. They are all bogus Brahmanas. What the nonsense they are teaching? No, they should teach about bhakti. They are not teaching. So now he says, don't insult us in this way. We didn't teach him. He naturally devotee. Something mystical in him. Okay, you're all enjoying, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you decide which side you want to be, Prahalad side or Hiranyakashipu side, you decide. And if you take side of Hiranyakashipu, Narasimhadev is coming to kill you. So then next. So then what happens? Father becomes very, very angry at Prahalad. Hey, nonsense, you idiot, you rascal. Who taught you this nonsense? Please tell me. So Prahalad Maharaj gives 3 shlokas now, very powerful shlokas. Okay, with that I end today. Matirna Krishna Parato Satova. He says, my dear father, forget about how I became Krishna conscious. You cannot become Krishna. Matirna Krishna. You cannot become Krishnamati. Krishnamati means bhakti. You cannot get bhakti. Parato Satova. By Parato means by other effort. Sato by your effort. Mito means combined effort. Even though others may try, you may try a combined effort. My dear father, you will not become Krishna conscious. Avipetet Grihavratana. Why Grihavatanam? Because you have taken an oath to become happy by sense enjoyment. Even though other people try, you try, combined trial, you never become happy. You never become Krishna conscious. Okay, is it clear? It says, my dear father, you are asking me how I became Krishna conscious. वो subject छोड़ दो, उससे आपका कोई मतलब नहीं है. But आप भक्त नहीं बन सकते. क्यों? Because Grihavratanam, you make a determination to enjoy yourself by the sense gratification. Adanta gopihi. Your senses are totally uncontrolled. Adanta, gopi means senses. Go means cow also, senses also. Adanta means uncontrolled. My dear father, you have uncontrolled senses. Vishatam tamishram, you are going darkness, more and more inside darkness. Vishatam, tama means darkness, tamosoma jyotirgama. You are going inside darkness. Adant gobi vishatam tamishram, puna charvita charvanana. You are chewing what you have chewed many times, my father. So this is not good. You will not become Krishna conscious. You understand the beautiful statement. Puna charvita charvanana. Chewing what you have chewed. You understand the chewing what you have chewed, this statement? Just like you have seen sugarcane wala is there, what does he do? He will be crushing sugarcane and then sugarcane juice comes, then he will fold it second, then 8 times, then 16 times, 32 times, then again he will try to remove. You have seen that whenever you go for sugarcane juice, correct? After that, when it's waste, he throws it away. Then you go, you want to have a free sugarcane, what you will do? You will say, give me that bamboo, with that sugarcane sticks you have thrown, and then you will try. Is there something in it? And what you will feel? Oh, there is nothing in it. And then you'll throw. Then after 5 minutes, you'll come back there. You don't want to spend money. Again, you'll pick that thing. Again, you'll try. Again, you throw. Then again, you come. That is called puna charvita charvanana. So similarly, we are chewing the chewed. All the kind of enjoyment we have dreamt of, we are doing, we have done it million times. It does not satisfy us ever. Never satisfy. Otherwise, why go for bhakti? Why we come to bhakti? But all plans of material enjoyment are failing. I am never satisfied. Million times you try, you're never satisfied. But foolish people do it again, even though they are not satisfied. Correct? When you try to be happy, you're not happy in any way, you should give it up. But you don't give it up. One more time, one more time. So he's saying, my dear father, you're drinking all the time. You're doing all these activities all the time. You have all the enjoyment possible. I don't want to list them. You can imagine every enjoyment possible you're having. But you're never happy. You're chewing the chewed already. It has never made you happy. But still you're trying again and again. Natavidu swartha gatim he Vishnu durashaya ye bahiyartamanina. Should I start with the second verse next time? Because already looking heavy now for you all this much. Okay, the two teachers, CRs will remember. The next time we start from this lines.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Actually, I can finish because one segment will get over. Okay, I'll finish in a short way. Nate Vidu, he says, nobody knows. Vidu means to know. What? Swartha Gatimi Vishnu. Our real selfishness. Swartha means selfishness is to get Vishnu. They don't know. People do not know. Nate Vidu. They don't know that our real selfishness is Vishnu. Everybody wants to be selfish. He doesn't know what is the real selfishness. Our real selfishness is to get Vishnu. Durashaya ye bahiyartamanina. We are hoping against hope to become happy by so many things external. Bahi means external. Artha means value. We are giving so much value to things external. Andha, we are blind. We are blind and we are following another blind person. Andha yatha andhai puniyamana. We are following another blind person. Tepi shitantara urudam nibaddaha. You're tightly bound. Uru means a rope. You're tightly bound by the laws of material nature. My dear father, we do not know that our real selfishness is Vishnu. We are giving so much value to something which are not connected to Vishnu. And why it is we are like this? Because you are following blind people. Most of the people are following idiots only. Therefore, they are crazy like that. Even though they are totally bound by the laws of the material nature. Nasha matistava durukramagi sparshata anautapagadartaha mahiyasham pada rajo abhishekam niskinchananam namrini yavat. It's my Lord, my Father, Father Rajo Abhisheka. Take dust of the feet of the great devotees and do Abhisheka with that. Can you imagine his courage? He's saying, my dear father, take dust of the devotees like Narada and do Abhisheka of that. That way you can be saved. Can you see his courage? I don't think he would have courage to speak all the to Hiranyakashipu. So what we do next time, I'll start with this 3 meanings again. Then I'll continue. I'll come back here. Okay?
Yes.
Interesting? Interesting.
Yes,
Tomorrow
Prabhuji.
we will do. Tomorrow we will continue.
Yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
After that, Prahalad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahalad Maharaj in so many ways. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahalad Maharaj in so many ways. And after that, Prahalad Maharaj, Narsimha will save Prahalad, and then Prahalad will offer great prayers to Narsimha. So that we do tomorrow. Okay, the second part of that. Okay, how do you feel? It is nice. Now you're learning better than Bhagavad Gita. See, Bhagavad
Yes,
Gita,
Prabhuji.
Bhagavad Gita has principles, but the details are not there. Details you learn in Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita, there is no time to tell Narsimha Leela. Can Krishna say, Arjuna, wait, I'll tell Narsimha Leela. Then Duryodhana will say, start the war, no? How many hours? Krishna got little time, half an hour, he told Gita. But more advanced comes in Bhagavatam. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So the link of this, Kavita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Can you send the link of this, or you can communicate with me? I will, but they are now in different groups. Okay, I'll send to them. I'll take care. There are some now 9 plus 3, 12 groups are there. I will send the first class ka notes everywhere. Okay, just remind me. Can you do
Sure.
that?
Sure, Prabhu. Yes,
And
Prabhu.
you make points of. See, my email ID is this. Namadas@gmail. Okay. So what all you discussed today, you make 1, 2, 3, and remind me to send the notes of this. Then I'll share the notes to all the groups. Okay. At this point, we keep it simple like this. Let us see later how we have to order. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji.
So today you heard the story of Bhakta Prahalad. Nice.
Yes.
Prahalad Maharaj is very great devotee. Too many things to say.
Prabhuji, I want to share something.
Yeah.
Like you said, how Bhakta Prahalad was listening to Narada. I'm actually 5 months pregnant. My baby is listening to your voice every day.
Oh, very
I've
nice.
been in the Gita class from 1st July. So these 15 days, I've taken Bhagavatam all the time.
Kavita Mataji, just remind me. I want to share with them Prabhupada Vani. My Vani, no, Acharya's Vani will be very powerful. Okay? Everybody, we should say Prabhupada Vani. Won't that be great, Kavita Mataji? Hare Krishna, Kalavati Shetty Mataji. Hare Krishna, Kalavati Mataji. Muted. Huh? Okay. So we need to, I'll share with you Prabhupada Japa Kirtan Bhajan so you can all enjoy. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna, I want to tell
Hare
something.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, did you say something to me, Prabhuji?
Oh, Kalavati. Yeah, Mataji, just remind me
Yes,
the Prabhupada bhajans
Yes,
and
Prabhuji.
kirtans I can share to everybody. So if I don't do, just see, I don't forget. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare
In
Krishna.
WhatsApp, in WhatsApp group?
Yeah, WhatsApp groups I have to share.
Okay.
Hare
Otherwise,
Krishna.
let me share, Prabhuji.
You have all the. No, we will collaborate first. We'll make a nice list, then share together. Okay.
Okay.
Because you will be able to share only in one group. I have 12 groups to share.
Okay, yeah.
ठीक है माता जी हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.